You know, it was a big deal when they first went in. The city of Caldwell installed parking meters in its downtown core for the very first time. They went live back in May of this year. But complaints from business owners and users who found them too complicated, well, the parking meters went dead just 3 months later. The idea was to solve a downtown parking problem. Too many people staying put for too long, pushing customers away. Don't know if that was actually a problem, but now it's been 3 months since those parking meters have been shut off. I guess the question is, what are they deciding to do with them?
Yeah, after those meters turned off, the city helped create a parking committee that was made up of business owners and other members in the community to try and get some ideas of what they would like to see for parking solutions downtown. And at last night's city council meeting, we heard some of those ideas for the first time. And they gave a few options for the city and talked about time limits and boundary lines and costs associated with making changes. I want to show you the old parking enforcement map, which is when the meters went live. And so you can see this is from Cleveland to Maine from 5th and 10th. And the committee is suggesting not too many changes to this enforcement map. They want to extend it 1 block north, so just on the other side of those railroad tracks, which would be Albany Street. The committee is suggesting from the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to allow 3 or 4 hours of parking in that downtown area without penalty. The city will need to decide if they should enforce that every day of the week or certain days of the week. They've discussed Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Saturday. Councilmember Diana Register says the committee also discussed why 4 hours of parking may be better than just the 3.
4 hours is actually a better number because the point is to bring people downtown without rushing them out. So you want people to have time to go have dinner or lunch and shop and not be rushed to leave.
The city will need to budget for new signs explaining the rules on what they decide on. Councilmember Register says the city they already have about 70 signs they used before the meters went live when they were using that 3-hour time limit. Those signs say 3 hours of parking Monday through Friday. So if they decide to go with that option, they already have signs for it. If they need to repaint entire signs with new rules, Register says at most it would cost them $7,000. Now, we also heard a little bit about what this timeline means and when we could start to see changes. Right now, the next 2 weeks, the city is asking for input on the decisions and that the committee gave us last night. And hopefully that the city has some guidance coming back on the next meeting, December 2nd, to then guide city staff to draft a new city code that then they would vote on shortly after that.
Okay, so the parking meters are gone.
Parking meters, they're still there, but off.
Right, remind me, because it's not like individual parking meters per space. It's like a kiosk, right? That you go and parking space on.
Yeah.
But those are still there, there's not working. Got it. Okay, so did we ever find out who was behind pushing these parking meters to be put in the first place?
That's been something we've been trying to find. I know the mayor said he had talked to business owners who were experiencing some people parking out front of their businesses a little longer than they were hoping for, and they were running into that problem. I haven't heard names of businesses, so I don't know who that is. But with that problem kind of coming back now as we're seeing the meters off, maybe more will come forward and say, yeah, this is a problem.
Maybe. All right. Thank you very much, Aspen.